Well, old friend, I guess your time has finally come. Video game crossovers have brought us some legendary, iconic franchises throughout history. But even when they're not viewed at such a status, a lot of these games can still be highly enjoyable and fun, if for no other reason than just seeing your favourite characters compete for ultimate glory. But why are they always party games? I've got nothing against party games, they're fine, but surely with such memorable worlds and characters, the opportunity is ripe for further world building through intertwined stories. But these rarer cases seem much more prone to what is an almost inevitable crap factor, even going beyond the limits of what some would compare to hell itself. Now, while Nintendo may be the king of crossovers, my heart lies with PlayStation. These are the systems I grew up with alongside their respective franchises. Jak and Daxter was my introduction to the PlayStation 2. Sly Cooper is a series I missed growing up that still gave me quite the adventure when I finally got around to it. And, well, as for Ratchet and Clank, I'm sure you're all aware, it's been the bane of my existence for almost 4 So the idea of combining these characters and their iconic worlds into a single experience is like a dream come true. Sly's fun platformer collecting, Jak's open flowing world feel, and Ratchet's addicting run and gun gameplay. How could this even start to be bad? Slap it with PlayStation's most original concept. To play the game, you'll need not only a PS3 eye and move controller, but also a Nintendo Wii... a navigation controller. It's like the Wii's nunchuck, you get the idea. PlayStation haven't quite figured out subtlety yet. Released in 2011 and developed by Nihilistic Software, later known as Instigate Games, who, take a wild guess, were dead the following year, PlayStation Move Heroes features our favourite 6 heroes on the move as we get to see each team on a mission in their home worlds. Ratchet and Clank are fighting the robot ripped straight from The Incredibles, again, subtlety. Jak and Daxter are racing through Haven City, and Sly with Bentley's help are trying to rescue an imprisoned Murray. Time freezes as they're all transported to this mysterious place. I've got to say it, seeing these characters meet has to be one of the coolest things ever. All of the original voice cast is here, even Mike Irwin reprised his role for Jak despite being left out of The Lost Frontier. Once everyone is introduced, these two aliens, Gleber and Lunk, announce that they've paused the characters' homeworlds so that they can compete in a series of challenges. They're all keen for some competition and that's it. That's all you get. The story is weak and generic as anything, but at least it explains what's going on, why Murray doesn't get to play, and honestly, just seeing these guys interact is enough for me. The first area is Metropolis, so it seems only fitting that we start playing as Ratchet. The opening tutorial is quite stop and go, patronising style, but I think it's for the best given this is a motion control game. We're given plenty of different attacks, regular and strong, we can block, and I even found a golden bolt. I know it's early days yet, but I think these motion controls are solid. It's hard to argue against them. As we start to go through stages though, things get out of hand pretty quickly. That tutorial is nothing more than a lie, a front, allowing this game to appear as something it really isn't. We don't spend the game running, gunning, platforming, and conforming to the expectations of these characters' games, no. This is a bloody mini-game collection, and the whack we started with is only the beginning. There are 5 different types of challenge, including the normal combat which we've already seen. It's strange because Jack doesn't have a staff of any kind, he gets to use this weird hammer thing. But where is his gun? He had his gun in the beginning but can't use it here? Following that is a similar mode using the plasma whip from Ratchet and Clank. Holy shit! If you told 12-year-old Square-Eyed Jack that one day he'd get to play for real with the plasma whip in an iToy style game, he probably would have hit puberty much sooner. This takes a little more getting the hang of, but it's still really fun. Cracking that whip, sending enemies flying into each other, it's one-to-one with what I always imagined it would be. Collecting crystals fills up your meter, allowing for some special moves as well. Dark Jack slams the ground with a huge blast, Sly can slow down time, and Ratchet launches a Groovatron. Classic. But everything else after that is so gimmicky, unfortunately, with modes that feel incredibly out of place. The big boys also get to go bowling, for shit's sake. It's PS Wii Sports. Why is this a thing, and what does it have to do with these franchises? It's hard to complain because it controls really well, but I don't get it. The sidekicks also get in on the action, which is fun. We've played as all these characters before, so I'm glad they're more than just sidekicks in this. They get to run around the level shooting stuff. Again, this is good, though it only leaves me questioning why 2 of the main characters don't get to use any of their guns. This gameplay is what I was expecting, maybe not for these characters, but at least it's here. These guys also get special moves. Clank spawns in some little helpers, Bentley does an epic hack that triggers enemies to kill each other. Thank Christ we don't have to manually hack them or I'd be the one that's triggered. As for Daxter, well, he transforms into Dark Daxter from Lost Frontier and spins around like a tornado. It's like a goddamn knife to the chest. Why do they need to keep twisting it? This is all still fun, but wow, am I glad we played Frisbee Golf in Sports Champions last episode, because it's back! The grand return you never knew you wanted. Frisbee Golf in a Ratchet, Jack and Sly crossover. Again! Just why? What is it that compelled these developers to say the PlayStation brand is underrepresented in the virtual Frisbee game?
Now's the part where I take my frustrations out on the game.
Yeah, I'm afraid you'll have to wait your turn, Daxter, because I've got some frustrations to take out myself. I honestly don't mind these minigame modes because they control well and are fun enough to play, but progression in this game is structured so poorly, it hurts the entire experience. You're trapped in Metropolis until you complete every single event, one after the other, at which point you unlock Haven City. Forcing us through such a narrow hallway with long, perpetual gaps between unlocking the much more enjoyable modes kills it. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that ability. But please, remind me why I needed to come back here again.
Because he might know where to find the cane? The cane!
But just look at this guy! How could anyone possibly get along with such an asshole?
I know, I find myself asking that all the time.
Hey, did you just call me an asshole?
No, you said it, not me.
Excuse me? What the hell are you doing? Please, sir, I'm trying to have a private conversation here. Listen, when I get back there, I'm gonna make sure you never walk again. What the hell are you doing here? Okay, look, I've lost the cane and I've travelled back in time to try and find it. You haven't seen it, have you? You mean that cane you used to steal all of my freaking games? Get off me! Look, it's complicated, okay? That thing is important in ways you haven't even thought up yet. But how do you know it's here? I don't, but we've tracked it to this location sometime in the near future. Oh, okay. Well, while you wait, would you like to play a game with me? It might be more enjoyable with two people. PlayStation Move Heroes? Man, I haven't played this in forever, but I remember the multiplayer being a lot of fun. Sure, I'm up for a few rounds. With a second player, the game is much more chaotic, but a lot easier. Not that it was ever hard, I got gold medals first try every time, up until this point. The second player takes control of player one's partner, so, playing as Jack, you get to be Daxter. Gameplay with the two of them running around kicking ass sounds wicked, but no, that's not how it's done. Player 2 exists only as a crosshair to help dispatch of enemies, as well as provide Player 1 with important items like health boosts and time freezes. Really? That's all I get to do? Why not let us run around and kill stuff together? Yeah, you're not wrong, that would have been awesome, but this is still really fun. I like that each character has a special attack, exclusive to cooperative play. Clank sends enemies into black holes, Bentley can freeze enemies entirely, and Daxter just kinda shits on people. I can see a green mist of some description, what else could it be? Toxic fumes? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. No, toxic fumes like Insect Killer. Remember? Daxter on PSP? Bug extermination? Remember? I'm still trying to forget. Hey, come on, man, this is boring. Let me play the main character for a change. Okay, sure. I'll play as Daxter and you can be Dark Jack, shooting eco-energy at people. Are you happy now? No, this is nothing like how I remember it. Well, get your memory checked, mate. It's so much more fun playing co-op. Yeah, for you. Oh, are you kidding me? I thought we were having a good time here, and now you want to moan about it? Because last time I played this, I was in your position, and it was a lot of fun. But being player one's bitch isn't what I signed up for. Can you give me a health item, please? Nah, you know what? You're on your own. Oh, come on! It's not that bad. At what point in time did I start being such a sour bitch? Start? Like I was saying, progression in this game is a major deterrent for me. Why not just open up Haven City and Paris quickly so I can jump between the different areas instead of only playing in the Ratchet theme and then only playing in the Jack universe and saving Sly until the very end? By the time you get out of Metropolis, every single game mode has been conquered multiple times over. Makes everything after that feel incredibly boring and samey. The objectives of these events differ as well. We've got the general survival modes, they're usually the most enjoyable with lots of combat. Other times we need to protect 3 different bodies on the map from incoming attacks. These can get pretty hectic depending on how big the map is. There is no jumping in this game, classic pet peeve of mine, particularly since we've got 3 characters known for platforming. However, we do have these buttons to stand on that spring you about the map. It makes the larger areas easier to traverse, which does help. One of the most common goals is finding a certain number of fans hidden within the level and smashing their cages to set them free. This is an objective that gets applied to every single type of gameplay, but it never gets tired as it's a fun treasure hunt mode. Right up my alley. Likewise, we've got that same objective, but we have to bring all of the fans back to the centre of the map within the time limit. Again, very enjoyable. But then other events that want you to collect crystals to launch these rockets can be painstakingly slow and quite uneventful at times. And while the treasure hunt modes are applied to the frisbee golf gimmick as well, we're really just steering something around the map. You can get to higher ground and explore for more ammunition, but that's about it. At least you're not trapped in a single position like with bowling. I am surprised how much they're able to get from such small environments, but they get old pretty quick, and some areas only offer one type of mode. Hidden throughout are collectible items, golden bolts, precursor orbs, and golden coins. Collecting enough of each set only unlocks some extra outfits, most of which raise even more questions. So you'll put Ratchet's prison garments in before his armor from Gladiator? So, speaking of Gladiator, or Deadlocked if you'd prefer, when do I actually review Ratchet and Clank? Please, don't even go there. Completing an area unlocks a new cutscene that progresses the story a lot. You might not be surprised to learn these are more enjoyable than everything else here most of the time. It's just so much fun seeing these characters interact and slowly learn that their being here isn't all it seems. Lump here is voiced by Chaos from Skylanders. I think if this game had have gone for the more cooperative style Skylanders adopted, it would have been a lot more enjoyable for both players. That's all a crossover like this needs to be. Just give us what we love from the originals mixed in together. It's so sad that we don't even get the villains from these series either. I understand that it's trying not to take place during any particular timelines, but even Crash and Spyro Fusion got that part right. Although, not really. The only things that actually make it over from these series are the main heroes, their special collectibles, a couple of weapons, and recognisable elements of their environments. That's it. We spend the entire game killing the same 5 enemies which, in fairness, do look like Crimson Guard robots from the Jack series, but that's really it. This feels more like its own thing rather than a combination of these 3 properties. I'm trying to like this game, but it's hard when all I want to do is run around and smash things without having to do all this other crap. If the game is going to be so linear, why force me to do the same mode 3 times in a row, you bastard? I just don't flipping get it. Alright, calm down there before you blow us all to shit. Step back and let someone with experience teach you a few things. It's incredibly hard to try and discredit this game, given how well the motion controls function. Even all these years later, I'm still surprised at how fluent everything is. Yes, some of the applications of these controls are for modes we're not big on, but you can't deny the quality. Take away the idea of what could have been, focus on what we've got to play here, and you'll quickly start to understand. The gameplay you're familiar with is here, expanded upon with the control scheme. Environment themes are accurate, along with the characteristics of our heroes themselves. And the soundtrack and general presentation is actually really good, especially for what is just a party game. It may be a party game instead of an action-adventure game, but that shouldn't detract from its accomplishments. I wouldn't doubt for a second that these franchises were added in purely for the sake of having something immediately recognisable to market, but Nihilistic still did a decent job making that work within the context of this game and the individual IPs. And I mean, come on! A party game with a story mode? It might be a little generic, but I still think it does what it needs to. You do make a good point, but I can't help but argue the story. Look, if you don't mind, we're up to the end game now, so this is where I take over. I know you're confused, but trust me, we've already done this before. What did you do? I don't know! Well, this is gonna add a whole new level of realism to the combat. Hey-ya! Bloody idiot! Once we complete Paris, we're transported to Glebertopia, where our heroes quickly learn that the fans we've been rescuing all game are actually prisoners. This planet used to be their home until Gleber and Lunk forced them to mine all the crystals, leaving the planet a hollow mess. This plot is kind of similar to the original Ratchet and Clank, with Chairman Drek building his own planet from pieces of others he destroys. It's not the worst concept ever, I just wish we had more glimpses of it through the rest of the game. These crystals power a warp gate the bad guys plan to enter and access the worlds of our heroes to assume their roles and take over. So it's time to stop them. The final course of action is a series of trials through the desolate wastes, with each character getting their time to shine. Ratchet masters the flame whip, Clank kinda shoots some things, Sly is the master of the cane of course, and Bentley, again, just kind of shoots some things. For the final time today, why doesn't Jack get to shoot anything? He's stuck with the chore of rolling bloody balls around all day. What a mismatch. And yes, what a chore. That leaves the final challenge, the big finale of the entire game, with Daxter and his signature frisbee. These final challenges are okay, but nothing new to the formula, and once all the fun combat is over with, the entire Big Finish feel is completely lost. Having passed all the challenges and shut down the evil guy's machine, the villains attempt some docking maneuver and get sent packing. What more did you expect? Our heroes return to their home worlds right back where they left off. Ratchet avoids being crushed, Jack and Daxter commence their high-speed collision, and Sly falls flat on his face. Why am I not surprised? Daxter snobs the other sidekicks, and the credits roll. I hate to say it, but there is more character personality on display in the credits than there is through the entire game. That's the one disappointing feeling you're left with after playing this. The sad fact that these characters were incredibly underutilized throughout the entire game. But hang on, you were praising the shit out of this a moment ago, because I didn't want to see you shit all over this thing, because I know I wanted to, back when I first played it. While I personally came out of the game mostly satisfied, the game itself is no more than an average experience. Yes, I feel much the same way. Even though the game can get quite repetitive, the gameplay is still really fun. I had such a blast running around as these characters, but why they added some of these modes, I'll never know. The entire game could have just been the running and gunning with some more interesting levels, and I'd have been so much more into it. But instead, we get a continuous loop of the less interesting mechanics shoehorned in for the gimmick. All that's left to do after the game are some diamond replicas of challenges we've already attempted, so this really is a strictly linear adventure with not much else on offer. And while the game stands on its own merits, its failures at a balanced cooperative mode and misusing these franchises means I probably won't be back for some time. PlayStation Move Heroes gets 5 out of 10. All the fans of Sly 2 just flipped their shit, but no joking, this was so much more bearable to sit through. And while the glaring issues and puzzling decisions do greatly detract, for a heavily gimmicked motion control game with the pop-in, pop-out playstyle, it is one of the most solid examples of these mechanics I think I've ever seen. And I guess, now that we're done here, you have to leave? Don't worry, we'll meet again in good time. Well, how does next week for Tony Hawktober sound? Just give me the damn stick. Oh, and one more thing. Stay out of the lake. You're a bit late on that one, mate, but thanks anyway. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. What the hell was that? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like.
Be sure to leave a like, subscribe and share.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to
But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share the video to all.
Now the voices are back in my head again.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Great. I'm Swifty Stardust. I'm
Twisted Dark Justin.
I'm
Totally relevant YouTuber.
I'm
Scott NBNP.
I'm
Smiling Plumber.
I'm
Cringe Master 64.
I'm
Rosie the Rascal.
I'm
Rand-eyed Aiden.
I'm
Junior All-Star.
I'm
Scatlink Sean.
I'm Square-Eyed Jack. Oh, it seems to have stopped. Okay.
I'm Jetero6.
I'm Beck Svensson.
I'm Magic Stream.
I'm Fritz BA.
I'm Tyler Pancake.
I'm Tank CQ.
I'm William Pete Morley.
I'm Trevor Mason 117.
I'm Meme Dude That MP4.
I'm Jenzo Hat.
I'm stoned.
I'm Face96.
I'm Jumper Bandicoot.
Master 3.0.
And I'm a Cinema Comedy. I'm Fiona.
I'm Junior Nitro 24, and I hope you have.
Hope you have.
I hope you have.
I hope you have
A great,
Great.
great,
Great.
great,
Great.
great,
Great.
great,
Great.
great, great,
great.
Great fucking day. Thanks for watching, you bastards. And if you thought that any of these games were bad, or these games were bad, or even these games were bad. That's your opinion and I can respect that. But come on.
I hope you have a great fucking day.
Jag heter New Moon Gazelle.
मेरा नाम ज़ोहैर है। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपका दिन बहुत अच्छा गुजरेगा।
Vidéo en premier, j'espère que vous allez avoir une asti de belle journée.
Maintenant, on a Thomas Melzer.
I'm Maxie, and I hope you have.
I hope you have a great fucking
Fucking.
fucking
Fucking fucking fucking fucking
Fucking, fucking,
fucking
fucking,
Fucking.
fucking,
fucking
fucking,
Fucking.
fucking,
fucking
fucking,
Fucking.
fucking,
fucking
fucking,
fucking
fucking,
fucking
fucking,
fucking
fucking, fucking, fucking,
Fucking.
fucking,
Fucking.
fucking 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 fucking
Fucking day. Thanks for watching.
I hope you have a great bloody day.
I hope you have a great freaking day.
Frickin' day.
A great day.
Fantastic day.
I hope you have a great bloody day.
A great freaking day.
Thanks for watching.
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 Thanks for watching. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
This game's bad. 3 out of fucking 10.
Anything but this piece of shit. Oh, why won't you die?
Powerpuff Girls, Reddish Rampage gets 1 out of fucking 10.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. And congrats on 100, you eccentric fuck.
I'm Square-Eyed Jack, and I hope you have a great fucking day. Thanks so much for sticking with me through 100 episodes.